The Naked Gun has dropped in theaters, and this movie is amazing. It's able to perfectly recapture the magic of those original films while also creating its own identity within Liam Neeson's character, Frank Drebin Jr. And Liam Neeson was probably the perfect casting for this role simply because he just says everything that is already just hilarious material. He says everything in this very serious, very deep, gravelly voice, kind of like in Taken, where he says everything like super serious, but it actually is serious stuff. Here, it is just like the most hilarious jokes ever, and he's also just saying it with a very serious voice. Now, this movie is only an hour 25 minutes long. Minus end credits is like an hour 20 minutes. So there is a lot of jokes jam-packed into this movie. And now not all of them are like bursting out, laugh out loud jokes, but they all do still land. This is a very hilarious movie. And when you think comedy legacy sequel, you probably do not think of some very good things. You think of just pure nostalgia bait. Nothing here lands. It's over relies on nostalgia. That's not the case at all with this film. In fact, there's only one scene where the movie really directly calls back to those previous films, and it's a scene that was literally in the trailer. In fact, it kind of just feels like trailer fodder at that point, but really just, again, everything lands. There's multiple styles of humor used in this film. Every line of dialogue is just set up and executing a joke. There's slapstick humor, there's jokes played in the background, there's jokes played right in front of you. Just everything works greatly because it's constantly just using different styles of humor that still perfectly encapsulates that style of humor from that original film, just creating an identity, like I said earlier, an identity of its own, creating its own world where even if this wasn't in the Naked Gun universe, it would still be just absolutely hilarious. Again, many jokes, if you just look in the background, like there's this one scene at the end where it's like showing an outside shot of this place, like an exterior shot, and you can see on it, it says like Ponzi scheme headquarters, or like something like that, and it is just hilarious. Or there's this one like little device, and on it, it's literally called plot device. Just little bits of humor like that is hilarious, and there's like several bits that just make you laugh out loud. Like there's this one scene where you have Frank Drebin Jr. and he brings in the love interest of the film, and then there's also this other guy on this other rooftop with these binoculars looking in, and when he sees through his binoculars, he's just seeing some of like the most freakiest things happening. And then but inside it's just like some of those wholesome moments, like they're playing with the dog, but then the other guy's looking through binoculars and it just looks completely wrong, and it is hilarious. Just several just little bits here and there that just add up and execute beautifully into these big nice jokes, not over relying on nostalgia, but is able to stand on its own, which is what a legacy sequel should do. But most of them forget how to do that, just over relying on just absolute pure nostalgia that is just empty and weightless. Here, when there is a callback, when there is that one callback, it's really good, but you want to be like, okay, this is nice, but I want to get to our new characters, because they are still really interesting. The movie goes to great lengths to make sure you care about these people, and you know they are really interesting and really fun to watch. Again, like they should be in a movie like this. But again, I shouldn't even have to mention this, but a lot of legacy comedy sequels forget that they need to be a movie first and a legacy sequel second. This movie learns that it's a comedy first, and then it focuses on being a legacy sequel for a little bit, but mostly it is just focusing on setting up and executing these jokes woven very intelligently through the plot. And even then, it's just something that's just is a slapstick, again, because there's jokes constantly and it never gets tiresome or anything. Well, because they have stuff so much in this hour 25 minute runtime. I mean, it's amazing, truly, I think, in my opinion. And yeah, that basically covers my thoughts on this movie. Just a very hilarious comedy legacy sequel, and I really hope we see a return to Liam Neeson's The Naked Gun. See ya.